I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What's up, y'all? We are back. Another episode of Love and Hip Hop Miami After Show, Season 3, Episode 4, entitled Blurred Lines. I'm your host, Tyra, Prude, and I am joined by my lovely co-host. We have Alfie to the left of me. Oh, with this innocent smile he has going right now. And then I have my girl, Jeroslyn, next to me. Yes, my soror, beautiful soror over there.
We're in here, beautiful soror.
So, yes. So, okay, guys, today's episode was not too bad. It wasn't too bad. But before we jump all into that, we got to give you the rundown. We're going to be talking about messy hood Bratt. I said what I said last weekend. It was true. Okay, we got to talk about her. We got to get into Prima Donna in this launch party, Miss Joseline, and the little surprise she dropped her. We also have to talk about Amara and Emjay. This is it's a lot going on, and yeah. I don't even know what to say. And then, of course, we have our special segment. Hopefully, we can get to that today. We like to talk a little bit. We're going to try to get there, guys. And then we're going to talk about some news and some predictions, and we're going to head out.
Yeah.
So, overall thoughts. What did you guys think about this episode?
It's starting to get messy and ratchet, and I'm here for it. I'm here for every part of it. Just because it gives us good stuff to talk about.
Yes.
Because we about to read everybody.
Listen, because I can't wait to read Miss Ma'am.
Yes, because you was already talking about it last week. Yes.
How about you, Alfred?
I feel that there are a lot of gems to take from this particular episode. If you're really into the industry, you want to be a star, you want to figure out things about life when it comes to the entertainment, I'm an artist type stuff. I think there were so many gems on all kinds of situations. I think Amara and Emjay gave us a ton of jewels, but at the same situation, everybody's situation kind of was like, these are things to watch out for. These are ways you can think about moving better.
Yeah. I completely agree with both of you guys' statements. I believe that the drama is coming. They just, stirring the pot.
They came with the drama.
They came with the drama, and, we kind of get back to our roots a little bit of what Love and Hip Hop is about. Maybe in the industry, and we're getting educated on what to do and what not to do.
Not to do.
I'm here for it. So let's go ahead and get into Miss Messy Hood Bratt.
Yes.
So last week I said what I said. I said that she was trying to stir up some mess, some drama. It didn't sit well with me that she went and sat at that booth and she started mingling. And this episode we saw it. She literally went to Suki and was like, like they weren't even cool. Like they weren't like buddy at the bar.
Yeah.
Like she said that she was better than you, Suki, blah, blah, blah. She said she was the baddest. What was your thoughts on that?
At first, you could tell from when, they showed the scene where Hood Bratt had asked Nikki, like, oh, so you think Suki was better than you? That you were better than Suki? And she was like, yeah. And Hood Bratt said, So that would let me know, like, okay, she's not feeling what I'm saying. Is she going to go back and tell her? However, if you're such friends with Suki, then you would have popped off of Nikki right there. Instead of waiting, you let it slide, and then you waited till you're at the club to now stir up some drama.
Because what is the saying? I don't want to know what they said about me. I want to know what you said in that moment to defend me. And in that moment, she said nothing. And I don't know, that clip it wasn't like from what I remember from last week, it was more so like a friendly, like, hey girl, catching up vibe. Yeah. I don't remember it being so like, you talking about, my girl. So I was kind of confused on that end.
Well, that's why, for me, it was into that fake friends, welcome to the industry. Sorry. It's one of those, you meet people, and the only thing I believe, and even then you have to kind of waver into the situation of how it goes down. Real situations that allow you to believe that this person is a friend. I'm sure fake friend wise, they are friends, Suki and Hood Bratt. But it's one of those situations where you could tell that it wasn't that deeply rooted, because if she felt the way she was, you were right, she would have said something and try to be like, yo, wait, you did great. She mentioned Suki's name, I think, in order to add the drama. That wasn't even a topic. It wasn't never a situation. And that's when it became the situation between Suki and Shay. And that becomes choose your friends wisely choose your enemies very easily because you'll know how people move based off of what they want in your life. Like, I
Take
think
these notes. Right.
You're dropping jewels right now.
I told you, because I mean, I've been in this industry and I've been backstabbed. I've been in a situation where I've had bad, good information given to you. I think Drake even had a line where he's like, pay attention to what people say to you and where that leads, because that shows where they really want to see you in the end. And it was one of the situations where she didn't even get into the fight that Brat had set up with Nikki. She more set it up and ended up being a situation where she got into some crap with Shay based off the fact that, like, you could tell how people care, and she wasn't even there to be a part of the drama.
So let's go ahead and get into that. Let's talk about Shay. Do y'all think Shay should have gotten involved? I hear she's like, I've been the underdog before, but my thing is, Shay, you have your own issues with relationships, friendships. What made you want to just boldly just jump in and defend this girl when you didn't know the whole thing?
Because she's that real. Like, that's why I understand her perspective with Amara, because she's so black and white. She's so like, don't mess with my territory. Not even me, because I want people around me who's like, don't mess with our territory. Don't even talk to my. She even straight up said, I don't even know Nikki that well. I just met her right now, but she just didn't like the energy
that Suki was bringing, and then her reasoning, it didn't make sense, and Shay was just like, you know what? Just for right now, I'm gonna just defend her.
So you think it was more so of just being, not even, I don't want to say being a bigger person, but just being like.
No, she wasn't being a bigger person. The bigger person would have walked away because it had nothing to do with her.
I mean, I was trying to get it out. I mean, like her being more like, I'm gonna take up for this person that's being bullied.
Here's the one thing I want to say, especially since you're giving all these tidbits on like industry advice. Shay showed that she has nothing to lose, and she continues to show that.
Which means she can lose everything.
Exactly. If you had really things popping off for yourself the way some others do, you wouldn't be so quick to entertain drama, especially something like that had nothing to do with you. Then when they end up meeting later to see that Nikki thought it was so cute and funny that she took her phone, and then Shay's entertaining it, and it's like, Shay, half of us been watching you on reality TV since we were in junior high school.
Literally.
You're still on reality TV acting like that? It's like you're too old for that. I'm sorry.
So that goes back to like what I know you're saying, she's black and white and it's all about territory, but seeing her in that moment, it's kind of just like, I don't know what to believe, because like you're saying, it's like you're falling into the trap again. Are we evolving, or are we just jumping into anything?
What she could have done when Nikki brought up that she took her phone, Shay didn't have to entertain that. She could have been like, okay, now you're taking it too far and you need to return her property.
She got clothing.
Well, we saw her we saw her rip. She always rip us up.
All right, so why
she had to bring it? And then she putting it, talking about some, it's a pad, and then she took it from her hand after she did all of that. That ain't sit well with me.
My quick tidbit about that is everybody ain't a G like you. So it's a situation where Shay needs to learn couth, where she's like, I don't know her. I can't stand on the same principles that I stand on. Like if you a real OG and the young gangsters ain't on your same structure level of, say hierarchies and respect. That's what I feel Shay's going through, where there's a bunch of girls who have none of the qualities you have, none of the way you live life and the standards and morals that you stand on. They not rocking with that. So you keep getting to these situations where people aren't like you, so they don't look at it the same way. And now it's affecting her life, where she's trying to be 100 and be for the homie and be the homie's back, but then your girl's stealing stuff, and then that's like, that should have been a time where you're like, that's not right either.
Right.
I'm not with
you can't pick
anything.
And choose when you want to be right or wrong, or when it's to be the adult in the situation.
But that's the downfall of Shay's situation, where I don't know if she's reaching to try to find a home, but it seems like she's trying to find a moral connection with people that aren't the same bred people. Like if they not like you, you gonna be disappointed.
Yeah, but you also have to understand that everybody isn't you. You are not going to become best friends with the exact replica of you. You have to understand that some of your friends, like, okay, this is my girl I turn up with, or this is my girl, like, actually we talk about everything, but some of the stuff she be having going on is I don't agree with, but I'm still going to be a friend to you and support you and give my opinion, whether you take it or not, if Shay is expecting everybody to be who she wants them to be, she's going to continue to be disappointed and continue to put herself into drama.
Because Amara and Nikki are two totally different people. I think Amara stands on, I'm trying to get out here and make a bunch of money and build and grow. So I don't need your drama or how you look at things. And then Nikki is somebody, girl, that girl is sneaky and underhanded and she's going to get you messed up because she is with a low-key ratchetness that is like, oh, but you also, where I'm from, it's called be made. You know what it is. Where it's like you don't got the backbone of real ones.
Yeah.
Well, we can go on and on about
this.
We could. And I feel like they're going to give us more material over the season that we can go more in on them.
I guess let's just
don't
pick
be
our battles
And
wisely.
I will say, I'm a fan of Shay.
I loved her. Listen, Love and Hip. I mean, not Love and Hip Hop.
Flavor of Love. I've always.
And then what was Charm School?
Charm School.
Her and what was the other girl's name?
Bucky.
They
were always my two favorites. I met her in person and I told her how big of a fan I am of her because I even like her style. I think she's so pretty and fly. Yeah. And she's healthy. She takes care of herself.
She's 200 though. That's all.
But yeah.
And
play the business.
And
that's what you
and I've had to learn that, especially moving out here to LA. And you have to learn, you got to just pick your battles. And sometimes it's really, it's better when you know what you peep game in your mind. You don't have to speak it out because it's only going to get you into trouble because they're not on your level. Yeah. They're going to look at you like, oh, why you always got to have something to say? Why are you being negative when I'm really like, girl, you don't even really know. But it is.
Because you can't be you forever. You got to evolve and grow. So I believe in where Shay comes from, but I don't believe in where Shay's at.
Yes. And speaking of evolving and growing, we want you guys to help us evolve and grow on YouTube and all of our other platforms. Alfie, can you let them know how to stay in tune with
Ladies
us
and gentlemen, we love you. We love AfterBuzz. We love what it gives us. It's a journalistic, beautiful journey where we get to get involved with the shows we love. You know, do our commentary, build, have mentors, grow. Yeah. We need your 5 stars. We need your likes. We need you to subscribe to the YouTube. You're the reason why we are the ESPN of TV talk.
Thank you.
Bam. Okay. So let's get into some more juice.
Juice?
Yeah. Let's talk about Joy and Trick. Okay, so Joy is clearly giving, I think she's giving Trick mixed signals.
Thank you.
1 minute, she goes and apologizes and says, you know, look, try to get back with your girl or whatever. She didn't F him after all. Then he's just like, well, I really want you. And then she's talking about hold my hand and she still wants a relationship with the family, which I get. But what do y'all think about that situation? Is Joy... Literally.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
You can't have your cake and eat it too. So what's going on?
I mean, that's not the case. It's not like they got divorced because she wanted to. Trick can't be with one woman. That's the problem. So we can't fault her for clearly showing that she still has feelings for him. She still possibly has a hope of them getting back together. And it's not her fault to me that they're not.
You think she has a hope?
I think so.
I think it's a halfway hope. I think if she can control the situation and he finally folds and becomes somebody that she can dictate the situation, yes. But in a situation of, oh, you still gonna be yourself? No. It is a Southern relationship kind of. Man,
I think it's just
so
when those years have been put in place and it's just so much like wrapped into it, it's hard to let it go. And I understand that, but it's just like, come on now.
And you can tell that she has a certain level of power over him that he gives her and he's willingly gives it to her. And
he would drop everything for her.
It really is cute to watch. And I'm not going to lie, I really...
You don't think so?
It's a both ways. Like, he would if it works out, but it's like, I love her, but I still got, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like he plays the games.
He plays, both of them
like,
play the game of,
I'm ready to move on, and then when they see you doing well, let me just ease on back in.
Yeah.
Like, it's just one of those.
It's like, you got to look at like his situation too. Like, he started the show
dating.
Do
they have kids?
No.
I don't even understand
He
this.
started the show dating the Nikki girl, a young, aspiring girl. It's like, it's hard for someone like him to be married when you got all these girls coming at you regardless how old you are, just because you Trick Daddy.
Yeah. So, but I feel like he still sees what, you know, a woman who is more older and more, mature, I feel like that kind of maybe opened his eyes to say, see, like, this not where it's at. Like, it was fun and games, but I know this is the one that will hold me down and keep me. So y'all need to figure out if y'all gonna be best friends or what.
Because I think
Trick would look so much better married with Joy than out here mingling with Nikki or any young girl.
I ain't gonna say that. I feel like don't nobody need more stress than they can handle. I feel like where they're at is the stress level where they can handle each other. They could properly talk to each other where you're a person, I'm a person, but we still got this togetherness. Yeah. I feel like if you put too much on it, then there's certain commitments that I don't think both of them are willing to take.
If he was with Joy, he wouldn't have got caught up in that arrest with that AfterBuzz haircut.
But if he could be with Joy, he would have been with Joy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. Well, he clearly, I don't know. I think he's still, I'm just trying to wrap my mind around it. I mean, I feel like he wants to like let it go, and then I feel like he wants it, something there. I mean, seeing even at, like, we could talk about now Prima Donna's launch party. He met with Brisco.
Yeah.
And, Brisco went up to him and was like, I'm sorry, bruh. Like, I heard what was happening, and just told him, like, it wasn't what it was. Then it comes out that Brisco actually went on a date with Joy, and his reaction was kind of like, oh.
Cause,
no, he didn't.
Oh, yes. Yeah. That's the perfect timing. All right, let me talk real quick.
Okay, talk that talk.
All right, you in the industry. There's a lot of times where you meet wonderful, amazing, everybody's got talent, everybody got something to offer, everybody got something going on, and you get into like the dating field. That field, when you date within a certain industry, date within a certain genre of type of person, you gonna cross ties with your friends, your business partners, because all of y'all in the same business. So the thing that was going on in that particular situation was, I'm in the industry, you're in the industry. You younger than me, and I know you. I've even seen you when you first was trying to succeed in rap. I get you, my bro. We not brothers, but we kinfolk in the sense of business-wise. I'm not always going to be with the same person. You're not always going to be with the same person. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't go out and find love. And if it cross ties to where, that used to be your old situation, hopefully it ends up there's no extra drama to where we clash, but that shouldn't deter us from being continuous friends, business partners, or say that, I don't know, we might not be close now, but later on we could be. Yeah. You never know how this industry will take you.
So do you think that Trick Daddy handled that well? I mean,
yes,
like,
he did.
He handled it well. It was. I wish we could see the ladies do that.
Yeah, right. But it was just like, okay, the men showed out this episode because he could have easily been like, what, Right. But he was just, I don't know. Maybe it's still more to come though. I think they really like
it caught him.
That
you
really
could tell he was talking about Nikki because they just went through their breakup. He knows what type of girl that is. She, as much as it was that, she's the new good girl is like we thought. You find out she got 3 kids. You like, okay. Well, everybody go to church. I get it. I'm not tripping on you for being
offense, but it was just
somebody else's cell phone.
The setup wasn't what it was.
Yeah, they sold her to us as this wholesome.
And it was quite the different. And you find out she's more about setup messery, and we'll get into that. Whereas that's why I could feel where Trick was coming from, but when it came to somebody who was actually close to his heart, you could see the difference. And I still feel the same way, but and then when it comes to Brisco, my G, if you counting the kind of the women that you talking to in their minds or have been mine, that can become a problem. Why are you chasing after my old bag?
Okay, yeah, and that's what I was trying to think too. That's what I was thinking about too, because they talked about how like he was there.
Come on,
he was there when he first started rapping and stuff like that. So for Brisco to kind of casually throw it out there, because me and Julian went on a date.
No, he set that up. The Nikki was a setup for him to tell him the truth. The real situation was I dated Joe.
It was like
ex-wife,
you kind of sprinkled that in there. So they held it together well, but his approach was kind of messy to me.
That's kind of how a man would handle it. They would be like, we talk about this situation, but by the way, and he looked at him to see how he reacted and be like,
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But
that's how it go down.
At least they were mature about it, unlike Suki
they might get into
Nikki
it later. Don't get tripped. He felt some type of way. It's just when you come to...
It was too much going on this episode.
But I think he's probably going to take that up with Joy.
Yeah.
Instead of Briscoe right now.
Because that's how it should go down. But
because
fallout,
you came to my house with all of these reports, but failed to realize how you even got that report, and it was from you being on this date.
Matt Barnes, Derek Fisher. I'm just saying.
Ooh, child.
no.
Well, let's go ahead and get into this launch party. Miss Prima Donna. Okay, she's back in Miami.
She got her slow cooker.
She got a slow cooker, honey. She got a seasoning to her waist trainer.
She is a hustler. I respect her.
Yes, and we kind of got a little recap of her and her story about why she left Miami and moved to Atlanta. Just wanted a fresh start, and we kind of saw that her and Miami Tip actually had a relationship.
Mm-hmm. I was surprised to see that Miami is that Miami is managing Suki. Mm-hmm. That I was surprised to see, but overall, okay, we did know that Miami Tip used to be a stripper or whatever, but overall, I think how she's represented herself on the show, you could see her managing an artist because she's in the industry. She takes herself seriously. She takes business serious, and that she's passionate. Like she's expressed that in past. So I'm happy to see that, and I hope that Suki starts to take her advice.
I hope so too. And girl, the way they was eating them crab legs. Look, we was over there watching. I kept saying like,
I want some
it's
crab
good,
legs.
but that is horrible for a scene. As far as the production goes, that was the worst setup. Them sticky fingers, that nastiness.
Yes, like
it's
you can't eat crab legs.
And they should put the gloves on them or something. It was very.
But it was very Miami.
It was very Miami.
Because we love Caribbean food and we know how the cooks down there get into them conch fritters. I didn't see her say nothing about that. Them conch fritters in Miami is to die for.
Okay, I gotta try this.
Yeah,
so she has this launch party.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all white theme. They're having a good time, and then Miss Joseline, child, pulls up with it looked like a taco truck or something, and she has a grand announcement. What was her reaction to that?
So petty, but so Joseline.
The
pig, she sent the message to Miss Piggy. And it's just like Joseline knows how to make a show. That's why we missed her.
I love her.
This is what Love and Hip Hop was missing.
What was the little dance she was doing?
Oh, last week. Yeah, last week. It's just like, and it looks like we're going to get to see that develop. But it does suck because so far we haven't seen anything from Prima Donna that would make us not like her.
Yeah.
So to see Joseline picking on Prima Donna, it's kind of like,
honestly, that's what it's been, just picking. Like, ever since Joseline stepped foot in Miami, because that girl Prima Donna, Miss Piggy, Piglet, and it's like
you haven't even explained anything as to why because from what we saw, you threw her shade first, and all she did was call you Cocaline.
And now you with a truck and a pig.
It's just like, come on, you just picking on it. And it's like, this girl is fly. She's a businesswoman. I'm sure you don't wore her waist trainers before. Cut it out.
I don't know. But I'll say this. It was one of those situations where you could tell Joseline is a platform, spectacle kind of person.
Oh, yeah.
And it was one of the situations where I felt bad for Prima Donna because that Joseline chose her enemy. And it was like, I'm about to go in.
And I'm going to go
structure.
in.
I'm going to take time. I'm going to put things together.
When she chooses her enemy, honey...
we already know how it ends. We've seen it. We've seen it in other shows. And there was one point I wanted to make, before. It's still with Prima Donna, but it was back to her conversation with Tip. Because we saw Tip was offended when she moved to Atlanta and hadn't reached out or whatever. And I want to touch on that. And I'm sure we could all touch on that, having all be translated to LA. When you are focused, it is tunnel vision. And it's not even necessarily personal. Like, it's called, like, take a note from us. It's literally just being focused. And sometimes if somebody hits you up and you're not even there, it's like, what are we really going to talk about? We don't really have anything to talk about right now until we do. But what I would say is, like, I do always at least respond. It might take me time to respond to a text or to a DM, but I do always try to make sure to let everyone know that I still see you. You have a presence in my life, but you have to understand, don't take it personal when I'm moving towards my dreams and goals.
And I agree with that, but it also depends on the relationship too, because her situation actually hit home for me because it was the same with my best friend in college. We was like this. I like up and moved to LA and she was just like, wait, like, we besties. You didn't even feel comfortable coming to me. And it was just like, it wasn't even that. It was just like you said, tunnel vision. I was just trying to figure it out. And I was like, God said go. Okay, I'ma go.
And that's dope. But the biggest thing.
Wait. Not downplay.
That's dope. But
anyway, that was cute.
because the most important part about that is everybody is going to take time to make their life, construct their life, or put in the work, or get focused, or maybe even forget doing better. Sometimes people doing bad and they get caught up and they slip up and they get caught up in a black hole that they don't want people to see. If you my day one, all my day ones stay day one.
Period.
That's true.
That means whenever I see you, my brother,
it's the same.
It's the same day I left you, or because I don't leave my brothers. I'm always with you.
And you should know that based off of our relationship and what we've proven to each other.
But that's off of trust. Like, don't put your heart into people that you don't want to put your heart into, and don't expect nothing. It's gonna be 100 because it's 100. If I've never crossed you, then there's no reason for you to come at me.
But I also feel like it's a reflection of what you got going on. Like, you know, for example, I'm out here in LA. My soror is in Atlanta. She's the GM of T.I.'s Trap Museum. And sometimes I'll text her and she won't respond till like the next day, or until I text her again like weeks later. She's like, "Oh girl, I'm sorry, I forgot." I don't take it personal.
You don't. You just like you own your stuff, and because I'm on mine too, so I get it.
But if I didn't have nothing going on, I would be offended. I'd probably be in my bag, like, "Oh, Crystal's Hollywood now."
And that's what
she's
it is.
And it's like, no, she's really not. She's busy. She's getting to the bag. What you doing?
She's busy. And speaking of being busy and getting to the bag, y'all, we gotta keep going. We gotta talk about Amara and how she's trying to get to this bag. Okay, now
perfect amount of time.
We talked to we gotta have a little news or something, y'all.
Oh yes.
So real quick, Amara and Emjay, they follow up after this the party. She tells her how she felt about it, how she was upset that he went on and told about the bedroom thing after she said keep that between us. Now, I want to ask, and keep this as brief as possible.
Alfie.
As a man, would you have been able to control yourself in that situation?
Yes.
Or even vice versa. Like if it was something with how would you have?
Unless I was drunk, which he was, so I'll give him that.
Right.
Because if I was drunk, I'm gonna talk my mess.
And that's why place and time and opportunity are very important in that situation. All right, I'm gonna try to break this down. He wasn't wrong. He was halfway right, but he was a lot wrong because in the sense of it's not his career, it's her career. It's not his business, it's her business. But being that she decided to be in a relationship at a time, there is a essence of that she has to pay attention to in the sense of what you allow in your life, which may or may not get in the way of what you currently got going on. If she was single, that wouldn't have been nothing. And she probably would never have an issue, or she wouldn't be in a circumstance where all her credentials and stuff could be taken. What's the word?
Masters.
Yes, her masters could be taken. But the fact that she allowed herself to fall in love in maybe not the best time for her, or maybe it is the best time, and maybe she does want kids, and then that's where he comes into play, and he may be providing her that opportunity. So there's things that he stood on that, depending on timing, essence, and all that stuff, whether it's important or not. It'll play out later, and it is the chips you lay in front of you are the chips you're dealt.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. So you're pretty much saying like
they're both right and wrong.
They're both right and wrong, but it's just like y'all got this house, y'all living together. Like, what do you expect?
Like, who's paying
These
for that?
kind of things are gonna.
I think she should keep him by her side. He seems like
He's
a
solid.
really good man.
He's solid.
Yeah.
And it seems like he's right.
But he can ruin her by accident.
By accident. But I'm sorry.
But it would be just because of love. Like,
I'm sorry. I'm gung-ho. Ain't nothing wrong with getting married and having a baby. If Kylie Jenner could do it at 20 years old and it even helps. I think babies are in. Babies are in,
but let's remember people's circumstances.
She is a performer. She could still be bad, all of that, and take a break, have a baby. And
I was just talking about the Kylie Jenner thing.
Oh,
no shade
financially.
to them.
Oh, you mean financially?
Right. That was a kind of easier scenario. Maybe Michelle.
No, I'm just saying
someone who
it's in. Like I think it's marketable. I'm not talking about babies as their things, but it's just saying in this industry, she can still have such a good career after marriage and a child.
I think it's just flat up. She does, but I'm saying right now, I think personally
not right
she doesn't
this moment.
Want to.
Right, but regardless, he's a good guy to keep around her side. He was right about Julian, as was Trina.
But he was wrong when he did it. You can't do that at a party.
Here's my thing. It's not about you keep. It's little things.
Yeah.
Okay, first oh, I heard you hopped into bed with my girl. She told me not to say nothing, but all right, I'm gonna try to be cool. Oh, now I hear you're a shady manager and you out here doing bad business dealings with your clients. It's like, all right, and now I'm drunk and we're at an event. I just might check you.
And like he said,
there's nothing wrong with that.
I have to sit home and listen to that because she's venting to me.
I don't
and if I have to keep hearing it,
to me
as
it was coming not the MJ, but it was coming to a head where it's Julian's time to go. Like, he's not a good manager. And that we saw what he did with Trina, but now when we're hearing all this about with Amara, and then the whole bed situation, that is unprofessional, and it just crosses the line. That should have been the day she decided, I don't care how drunk you are, that should have been the day she decided you're no longer my manager. But you even hear the naivety in her voice because when she's trying to defend him.
Wrapped around, like, he literally showed like that he has been manipulative.
That's the industry. I've been in a situation.
Even when they were meeting with the lawyer, she's like, I just feel so bad. I just don't want to do this, and it's just like, your future is at stake. You're seeing everybody's careers drop because of him. So while you have the time, I mean, honestly, he has control over her masters and stuff right now, but I feel like she still has a leeway out.
And no shade, because I'm a fan of Amara. She could be doing so much better. I don't understand why she hasn't had like a big hit record yet.
And that's why I'm saying she needs to let this whole little masters thing go. I understand she put her heart and soul in it, but like you said,
let him have that music.
Let him have it.
Because you didn't make that hit yet.
So
let him have that.
So drop it. Okay, here goes Alfie.
All right, I let them go off because it's very important, because where they come from matters. The points matter. And I think a lot of dissecting going into your upper echelon business, these things come into play. It's different when you're nobody, you're just doing shows. I never knew Amara before Love and Hip Hop. I was fortunate to do the movie that brought her to LA that had that situation attached to it. So I saw Julian and Amara first thing off set. So I thought he was a great manager. I thought she was an amazing artist who was very hungry. The things that they have accomplished, I haven't seen many people in her position accomplish. From where she came from, there's like a history to it. And the weird thing about manager positions is you love that person. You want the best for that person. You can mess up and fall in love with that person by accident. All that kind of stuff plays in. But at the same time, that is definitely a wrong move on his part as far as allowing himself to even get drunk or be in a position, you have somebody around you that takes you away from caring about your artists because you're so nurturing. You're building them. You're convincing people to fall in love with them. You will have a certain kind of love of family. That whole family thing wasn't fake. It literally she was on the street before she met him. He got her to this point off of a lot of extra time, a lot of the payment stuff. In order to be a proper manager, you're supposed to do the X factor work, which has no pay to it. So even with his situation with Trina, I don't know how much that plays into business-wise because I don't know how much he put into it, because I've seen a lot of great stuff out of Trina. I've seen a lot of great stuff out of Amara. He can't be that bad. But at the same time, everybody messes up. MJ's situation, I totally respect. If I was in that shoes, I would have did most of what he done. Only because I have so much experience, I probably would have tried to cater stuff a little bit more because I want my woman to choose her destiny, not us. And it's that kind of wavery to where y'all totally right and could be wrong based off of, I don't know Julian enough to know if he's being a snike.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see, like we'll be able to see that develop.
Yes.
We
and
will.
The chips will lay and then I can make my decision, but I can't condemn someone because it's such a fickle business of I gave myself to you to become a star. I might one day get caught up in the fandom of it all and I might make a mistake, but doesn't negate the hard work to get you where you are type stuff. And that's why she's having such a hard time. He didn't not work. He worked and she doesn't. And that gets to the situation. I don't want him mad. Wasn't like, oh, you care about him like you don't care about yourself. I know he put in work because I'm here. I'm just saying. I know that for a fact.
Okay,
different levels
our
of
producer
work.
is going to kill us.
Yes.
Yeah, we still ain't talking about no news. We talked about no nothing.
Inside.
But you know what? that shows our passion for this after show. We love talking about this. We could talk about it all day. In the meantime, where can we find you guys on social media?
Alfred Nolan Thomas, the number 2. Come talk to us on YouTube. I'll reply back.
At Jeroslyn Diva on Instagram.
Yes, and you guys can find me on all social media platforms at _Tyra Prude. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back next week. Bye.
I got my point across. It's very important. It's very deep.
Nuestros fundadores Kevin Undergaro y María Menunos quieren agradecerles por estar aquí en AfterBuzz TV. Recuerden que no solo somos los primeros.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.